This episode is brought to you by Antennas Direct, makers of the toughest antennas in the universe. Welcome to the Man Cave Cinema. This is John Zanettos, and this is episode 31 of the Man Cave Cinema Rant. And today we have a pretty interesting rant. There's two schools of thought when it comes to delivery of media. And this was all spurred from an article from by Forbes. Forbes magazine states that Netflix streaming options putting the nail in DVD's coffin is the box office next. Now, the box office will not be touched. The box office is the box office. People will still go to the movies because it's a night out. That's just how it works. People go out for dinner and then they go for a movie. Netflix won't kill that. People like to go out, so that's besides the point. So that one I don't care about. But here's the interesting information about this is that Americans will spend more on electronic video entertainment through streaming services and downloads than physical rentals and purchases for the first time this year, according to a report from Price Waterhouse. Now, I find that very interesting because just by talking to people and discussing things and, not just the home theater community, but just the average people who like to watch movies and who have home theater setups and what have you, they prefer to stream. It's just that easy. The convenience factor is there. I mean, if you live in an area that has good internet and you have a good Wi-Fi system at home, you can get 1080p, plus you can get Dolby Digital Plus audio, which is not, uncompressed like you get on Blu-ray, but still pretty good. It's just the convenience of firing up an app on your TV and playing whatever you want to play, or scrolling through and seeing what you want to play. It's just that easy. And the average Joe just does not care about buying DVDs anymore or buying Blu-rays. Yes, the home theater community will buy DVDs, or forget about DVDs. The home theater community will buy Blu-rays and continually use those because they want the best presentation in their home theater. But quite honestly, I mean, myself being a home theater snob, well, I used to be. I'm now learning from other people. I mean, the percentage of home theater enthusiasts is tiny compared to the majority of people out there who like to watch movies. It's plain and simple. I mean, there was an interesting conversation on Facebook about people being, saying, I rather have Blu-rays, streaming's not going to take off. But the thing is, I'm putting forth that, you know what? Fine, Netflix may have some of its downsides, but companies like Vudu, which one of the people I was having, not an argument, but a discussion about, I don't even think he's seen it. I mean, with Vudu, not only do you get HDX, which is their compression ratio for 1080p, plus Dolby Digital Plus, but Dolby Digital Plus up to 7.1 channels. So you're getting the full Dolby EX presentation on that, and they have that on some of the movies. Now these streams are given to Vudu and Amazon by the movie industry, so they're encoded properly. They have everything in them that they need to have, and it's the closest thing to Blu-ray. And quite honestly, with these numbers, is that the report found electronic home video revenue from over-the-top streaming services. I hate that word, over-the-top. It's not over-the-top. If people are cord cutters, it's part of the show because you're not getting over cable. Services like Netflix and Hulu, as well as digital downloads from Apple iTunes Store and its peers, will grow 12.9% to 9.5 billion in the United States this year. And then revenue from DVD purchases and rentals will decline 7.8 billion this year, down to 9.8%. That's just a reality, folks. I mean, with technology, like like DVD, or sorry, I keep on saying DVD, but Blu-ray, its compression ratio for video, and yes, the audio is uncompressed, but it is somewhat compressed. Anyway, different story. The video is compressed and it's on a certain particular codec. Okay. Now, the cool thing about Netflix and all the other companies, their compression is dynamic. So if your internet connection dips a little bit, it won't kill the movie. It will just decrease the quality of the video. But then once it gets full stream again, it'll pop it back up to 1080p, and everything works fine. So these companies are not sitting back and saying, "Okay, we got everything and we're done." They're constantly working on their compression ratios to give you a better picture. Plain and simple. They know, these streaming companies know they're competing against Blu-ray and the upcoming ultra high definition Blu-ray discs. They know that. So they're constantly evolving, constantly working on the delivery system. And the article goes to say in 10 years that streaming will replace physical media. Quite honestly, I'd give it 5 years, even maybe less than that. People prefer to stream their stuff. Yes, some people in rural areas who don't have good internet connections or internet connections, period. I mean, yeah, they'll go out and buy the disc, but quite honestly, the winds are changing. And every time you mention this to home theater people, they get all up in arms and all pissed off about it. It's like, you know what? Change is good. It's not always bad. There's a lot of things that can come out of this. We shouldn't be, crawling down in our holes and saying, putting up our hands, nope, not going to listen. Nope, this is bullshit. Don't want to do anything about this. It's coming and it's happening. I'm sorry. It's just that's how it is. Let's see here. There's see, it's the convenience factor that's turning these consumers into the streaming platforms. Yeah, it's convenience. I mean, I really don't have time to go to a store and buy Blu-rays or go to Best Buy and go buy Blu-ray. I don't have time to that. I'm a busy man. I got a lot of stuff to do. But if at the end of the night, when all the stores are closed, and I want to buy a movie that just got released on Vudu, which is more or less the exact same copy that I would buy on Blu-ray, including Vudu also has all the extra features and all the featurettes associated on the Blu-ray. They have it on the on Vudu. Why not? For the same price. Why shouldn't I buy it? It's right there. It's convenient. It's easy. I get 1080p. I get Dolby Digital Plus. Yeah, it's not uncompressed, but you know what? Quite honestly, there's not much difference. If somebody in the home theater community tells me there's a humongous difference between Dolby Digital Plus, which is 640 kilobit, versus uncompressed, look, I'm no audiophile, but I got a good damn ear. And the difference is tiny, very tiny. Because if I'm engrossed in a movie, I'm not sitting there listening to stupid little cues. I'm watching the movie and letting the director put those video cues out there that are loud enough to get my attention. Not sitting there listening to every minute detail. That's one thing I hate about us home theater enthusiasts. Like, get your ass out of your head and just enjoy the bloody movie. Every little nuance and detail that comes out of your speakers, and you're sitting there concentrating on that, are you really enjoying the movie? No, you're not. And then you're stressing, oh, I didn't hear this. I didn't hear that. Oh, I should buy new speakers. And it's a nasty cycle that you get caught up in. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy what you have. Anyways, my point here is streaming is going to take over, plain and simple. Another thing that needs to be done is also the telecom companies need to get off their asses, stop charging us for too much for this stuff, and start building a proper infrastructure so everybody, I mean everybody in the US and Canada, has proper internet connection. It's almost a human right to have an internet connection. There's so much information. It's great for kids, for school. I mean, all the information is out there. I mean, some of it is bullshit, but the point is the information is there, and it's our right to have that information. And these telecom companies need to stop profiting off of this. I mean, yeah, sure, profit, but don't gouge us. I have no problem with companies making money, but don't make money hand over fist on something that is needed by humankind. Really, the internet is one of the biggest sort of inventions of of the late 20th century, 21st century that's become part of our lives. And these companies are screwing us over. And this whole streaming thing is part of that. Anyways, folks, that's my rant. Take care, and we'll see you next time.